done. Nobody tries to do it. I think most of our problems, particularly relating to poverty, is that kind of problem. Solution is simple, but nobody goes forward because they're hiding behind whatever conventional wisdom they have in their mind and say, this is intricate problem, you need the societal change, you need this. You got involved with big things. But these are human beings. You can solve this problem person by person and then institutionalize those solutions, and you got it done.
So where did the crux of the borrowing come from right in the beginning? Was it people who were completely under the burden of loan shocks who you were able to liberate, or was it other people who were trying to be entrepreneurs on a small level yet needed that financing? Where did this fire really started to spark? Where did it really start spreading?
It began with those moneylender cases. But then when we began, we are saying that anybody who would like to do anything to earn money, if they need money, we have the money to give. So that's the message. Then we added one more extra piece. I was complaining against the conventional banks that not only they are biased against the poor people, they don't lend money to the poor people, they made rules so that they don't have to lend it to them. They're also biased against women of all economic classes. I said that not even 1% of your borrowers happen to be women. So something wrong in your system. So when my work began, I wanted to make sure half the borrowers in my work are women. So this is a new game now. I go to the women trying to persuade them to take a loan. They said, no, we don't know anything about money. Give it to my husband.
But besides your charms, is there something else which led to this idea being very successful with women? About 97% of your borrowing, of your borrowers, as per some statistics which we were able to obtain, are women. Are women better savers? Are they better borrowers? Are they better entrepreneurs? Or were they all swept away with your charms?
All of the above. What we did, we tried to bring 50% as a borrower to come to take money and start something on their own. But they were very reluctant. It took us 6 years to come and persuade them, yes, they can do something to earn money on their own. And when we achieved that 50-50 after 6 years, we saw money going to the family through women brought so much more benefit to the family. Children became the immediate beneficiary if the mother is the borrower. Women had a longer vision to build up to something, unlike the fathers who were also borrowers, but they were very impatient. They wanted to enjoy right away. So we saw the benefits of entering family through women in terms of the impact it makes in the family. So we switched. We changed our policy. We started focusing on women. As a result, we quickly came to 60%, 70%, all the way to 90%. Today, we have 7 million borrowers in Grameen Bank. 97% are women. And the whole bank is owned by the borrowers. So it's basically a bank owned by poor women, which serves poor women and help them change their lives and change their families and change the whole society.
Some of the biggest critics of the Grameen model also say that the fact that the biggest borrowers or the largest number of borrowers are women points to the fact that there might be a hidden agenda. Is there one? We'll talk about that right after a break. Stay with a CNBC special. Welcome back. You're watching CNBC's exclusive interview with Dr. Muhammed Younus, recent winner of the Nobel Peace Prize and the founder and the managing director of Grameen Bank. Before the break, we raised a point, 97% of your borrowers are women. Initially, you set out in poor areas, you tried to elevate people from the burden of loan sharks. Eventually, you ended up creating a lot of women entrepreneurs, a lot of positives there. Some of your greatest critics say there was some other hidden agenda. Is there one?
Well, they always find either hidden agenda or things that it won't work, it will collapse. Many people waiting to see the whole thing collapsing. By the morning they wake up. but they're very disappointed. It doesn't get to that point. They get continue to expand, reach out to more and more people. One complaint is, why give to women? Why don't you give it to men? They can make better use. And our argument is that we see a lot more positive results through lending through women, because our interest is in the children, and women pays a lot of attention to the children. And one of the things that we do through Grameen Bank, there's something called 16 decisions, which came through the dialogues with the thousands and thousands of those borrowers, created those 16 decisions. One decision is, we shall send our children to school. And one of the things Grameen encourages to send the children to school. Today, all the children of Grameen families are in school.
So the fact that you did this in a completely male-dominated society, even though some of the heads of state have been women, was the idea to challenge the status quo in the first place? You set out to do something that was to improve the economics of the poor people, and then comes in the social agenda. What takes priority?
Our focus is on the issue of first justice. We thought it's unfair and unjust to reject women. That's what I was complaining about, the institutions, institutional facilities like banks that are discarding the women population almost completely. So I thought fairness requires that we go even-handed. That's what we are trying to do. Then we saw the impact part of it. If the impact is so good, and that's our objective, to change the family quickly, and it's better to enter to the women.
And if it's working this way and someone has a problem with it, they can come up with a microfinance bank solely for men. Now coming to the critical success factors, what were some of the key elements which made this work, and which are some of the lessons which countries like Pakistan can adopt from you?
Well, first, to see that all human beings are endowed with enormous creativity. Once you enter the area of poverty with the microcredit, in the beginning you wonder whether this money will be of any use to anybody, because they're not doing anything. But the moment you come in, they come up with their ideas, innovativeness and enterprises, and you see a lot of people have many ideas which we never thought of. They never even thought of themselves. So that creativity is discovered. And one issue that I raise all the time, that poverty is not created by the poor people. Poverty is created by the institutions we build and the system that we build. So poor people are as good, as active, as creative as anybody else. There's nothing wrong with it. Each human being is endowed with enormous potential. Simply some people in the society, in a large segment of society, never got the opportunity to unwrap that gift that they have inside of them, or even have a peep inside what they have.
So this was replicated on a larger level. You could alleviate poverty in the